Hey guys, it's you. I'm discussing some news that we got regarding the Flashverse now season, aka season 9. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe for new notifications on. Let's jump right into discussion about the Flash season 9 and the news that we got regarding the final season. Over the weekend, we got more set photos released from the Flash 905. Now, I did a full video like 4 or 5 days ago relating to news that we got for the Flash season 9 through those set photos 905, relating to Batwoman appearing to help fight Red Death. In that same episode, in that same scene, again, we didn't get these set photos till a little bit later. So by the time the video was out, I didn't know this. And no one knew until a few days later that in that same scene with Barry, Ryan, and Red Death in the field fighting each other, or at least Batwoman, and Flash fighting Red Death, there are 3 others there. And it's Jaco Birch, which is the Hotness, Harley Rathway, which is Pied Piper, and Goldface. All 3 of them are standing behind Barry right now, with Batwoman facing them from a set photo that we got. Another set photo just shows him standing there, but Harley is suited up. He's in his jacket thing. Hotness is there, and Goldface is there too. You can clearly see it's them. And one set photo, you can see Goldface looking over his shoulder. I don't know if that's part of the scene or not, but they're back. And what's the most interesting thing here is that I rewatched The Flash 807, or was it 808? 807 or 808, whatever episode the Hotness was in for season 8. He was supposed to be done with using his powers. And it's just also interesting because this is a fire meta. We have a sound meta, a fire meta, and a gold meta. A speedster and a kung fu artist, let's say, Batwoman, and we have a speedster villain. All 6 of those people are going to be in the same scene in 905. That's nuts. Like, I don't... Harley Rathway and Hotness, I can see helping Barry and Ryan. Goldface, though? Why the hell would Goldface help Barry? There's no reason for that. I don't see what the outcome of them helping the Flash take down Red Death would be. Because this is obviously related to Red Death. Unless like a side plot relating to Barry and Ryan. Like, Goldface breaks out, Hotness and Harley just turn evil. Because that's something got Harley in season 6. And he was good. You know, he and Barry solved things up. He got his boyfriend back. Everything worked out for Harley in the end. Hotness got his life back with his son. Those 2 aren't risking those 2 things. They're not. And Goldface, like I said, he's a criminal. He's a known criminal that's in custody right now for what he did last season. So it makes no sense to me. I hope it'll make sense in the episode. But right now, the only thing that I can think of is that these are teaming up to fight Barry and Ryan. I can't see anything else unfolding besides that. Now, could Goldface be teaming up with Harley and Hotness to work with the Flash? Yeah, it's possible. But unless he magically changed within the last, 4 episodes or season, it would not add up. Now, to be clear, Goldface is not out for Barry. He's let him go on several occasions. Like in the Love is a Battlefield episode in 6, I mean, he didn't specifically go after the Flash. He was going after items. And since Nate, he didn't know he had the Flash in his custody. He just knew, that he was going to see PD to get the metahuman cure and all that. So, it's not like he's an overly criminal like Harley was, But Harley's a good guy now. Whether you want to admit it or not, he is. Same with the Hotness. But again, Goldface being who he is, it doesn't resonate with me that he could be one of the good guys here. I mean, that's all we get is Stifos of them standing behind Barry and Ryan fighting Red Death. Like, that's it. Barry and Ryan are fighting Red Death. These three are there. It doesn't look like they're doing anything important. Just standing there. And you can't tell me they got the items back just to stand there. Like, with their abilities, it makes zero sense for them just to be staying there and not doing anything. And Hotness, let's not forget Hotness in 807 or 808, again, whatever episode he was in, literally almost destroyed the city with his powers. And he didn't even mean to do it. You're bringing a fire meta that allowed lava to go under Central City, and it took Barry to phase under the ground onto that lightning to shoot it out into the air so Hannes could absorb it all. So it didn't destroy the city. Do you remember that? That's what we're dealing with here. He doesn't know his powers. He doesn't know what he's doing entirely. That's risky to have him in the field, let alone when you're fighting Red Death of all people. But nonetheless, I think the fact that if they are here to help, it should tell you how powerful Red Death is. Right? Because we have Batwoman, we have Hartley, we have Hotness, and we have Goldface of all people, all working together to take down Red Death. If that is the case, that's something. Now, could this be another case? Yes, because remember, OG Rainbow Raider, the Flash's first crossover villain that turned Barry angry, psychopathic evil, and it was the first fight between Green Arrow and the Flash. He was working with Red Death. He was full-blown working with Red Death in 903, I think it was, from the photos we got. So, 3 villains appearing that are part of the Flash's past, and Red Death is involved. I would not be surprised if Red Death can do something to where it's like, it's not really mind control, but it's like hypnosis or something. And they're going to fight Barry and Ryan, or at least just alone Barry. Because I was curious to why Ryan was the only one on the scene with Red Death fighting her, it looked like. And Barry wasn't really doing anything. Maybe this is why. Maybe this is why Ryan's left alone with Red Death while Barry deals with Goldface, Hartley, and Hotness. Because they've all turned evil again and Barry has to fight them all. And with Goldface, I mean, he just got gold boots, but even then, Goldface could keep Barry still. Like, he couldn't do much. So, if Goldface abuses that again, he could be stuck in one spot, or levitating in the air, probably, and Hartley could shoot his sound waves at him, Hotness could shoot lava at Barry, which could burn him to death, and the sound could burst its eardrums, like it did before. So, these 3 metas there, it just does not sit with me that these people are here to help Barry. Could they be? Yeah. But the more and more you think about it, considering Rainbow Raiders working with Red Death, in the previous episode from what we've seen, I mean, now, look, Season 9, I was the last season, I was expecting a lot of callbacks. I was not expecting this many. We're 5 episodes in, for set photos at least. And we've already gotten like 6 flashbacks. Or 6 like OGs coming back. That being Harley Rathaway. And when I say OGs, I mean like flashback villains and all that. Some OGs, obviously. Or some ties into like the OG Rainbow Raider, the new Captain Boomerang, which will obviously be tied into the first Arrow's crossover. We got Batwoman coming in. I mean, we have Goldface, Hotness coming back, which I would kind of prefer if Hotness didn't come back, because I like that they wrapped up his story in Season 8. If they bring him back, they kind of need to wrap it up again. As long as they do it well, fine. Same with Harley, but we haven't gotten Harley in 2 seasons. I think it's well timed that we got him back, and he wasn't too bad of a character in Season 6. I think everyone likes Harley on some level. He's not really a villain, but he's also not really a hero either. But, I think this time will be different with Harley. If he is there to help Barry, he will actually do it. Like, there won't be any second guessing. There won't be any, grudges going on. But it will be very, very interesting to see what actually goes into this scene. Because again, all we're getting is Harley, Hotness, and Goldface there. While Ryan, Barry, and Red Death are there as well. So this isn't a side plot. There's no, Team Flash B here, like was Seal, Allegra, and Chester. This is Barry and Ryan in the field, possibly dealing with Red Death, Hotness, Goldface, and Pied Piper, Harley Rathaway. It could be a 2-on-4, but with Barry and his leveled up powers, unless they nerfed him in season 9 for whatever stupid reason, Barry can handle those three, not Red Death, those three in a second, unless he's caught off guard. Otherwise, there's no reason for Barry to, be defeated by these three. He's taking them all down before. And unless, they're more powerful than ever now. But I can't see Harley and Hotness being there to hurt Barry, to hurt the Flash. I can't see that. After where we left off with those two characters, I can't see that. Let's just A, mind control, B, hypnosis, or C, Rainbow Rider did something, if he's still working with Red Death. But Goldface, he'd be there just to kick Barry's butt. If he would. So, even if Goldface is there to help Barry, I do think in the long run it will come back and bite Barry in the butt, and Goldface will try to do something to Barry. I wouldn't be surprised. But I do think with Ryan being there, I do think there'll be that less of a chance to where it probably won't come out that way. Who knows, though? But it's going to be very interesting to see where it heads and where it all goes in the final season. Now, again, we have so many storylines. I say this every single season 9 video I've done so far. But I say it every single time because it's true. We have so many storylines. And right now, from what we've seen, to me, season 9 seems very Barry-centric. The first thing that would have sent me off of this season was not Barry-centric. Was it Goldface, Harley, and Hotness were not there with Barry and Ryan and Red Death. Of all people, Red Death. If those three were, on set with Cecile and Allegra and Chester, I wouldn't be doing this video right now. I wouldn't care. But this means that this is Barry-centric. And this episode will be Barry-centric. So I wonder how many behind-the-scenes stuff had they done relating to these three. Because they can't just show up out of nowhere and expect, everyone to be okay with that. Let alone with Batwoman. There's honestly behind-the-scenes stuff that we won't see till the episode airs. No matter what happens, we won't see. Like in Star Labs or in a, building that they shut off for filming. We won't know till then. Till we see it in 2023, whenever the hell it airs. But, that being said, whatever the hell is going on in the scene, the matter of fact is this, is that we've gotten so many callbacks, with OG Rainbow Rider, Batwoman showing up, Hotness, Goldface, Harley Rathaway. I think it opens up more of a possibility for not only Wally to return at one point, but also Oliver. And I mean our Oliver. I don't mean some multiversal bullcrap. I mean Oliver, the Oliver that we lost, who's a Spectre now. I truly do believe that's Oliver will get back in season 9 for 1 episode, 2 episodes max, maybe a little bit more if we're lucky. But I do truly believe that is where we'll end up. If they're bringing back, let alone Harley and Hotness, but also Goldface and the OG Rainbow Raider, which was the last group of people we were ever expecting in season 9, I think it's very well fair to say that Oliver and Wally both could be returning this season, and then some. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Leonard Snart, like I did a full video, or I was going to. I don't know if I actually did. Did I do it? I think I did. I played so many videos, it's not even funny. I'm pretty sure I did Leonard Snart. If I didn't, well, spoiler, I think you should. But I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, there'll be a video in the future. But look, season 9, the more and more I see, the more and more excited I get for it. But at the same time, there is that part of me that's like, what are they doing? Because there's so many storylines that they need to wrap up. And it would suck for the show to end with so many, like, open-ended stories. Like with Killer Frost, or with Bloodwork, or Cisco, or Tina, or even Oliver. With all those storylines that we got in the Earth Prime Arrowverse canon comics, it doesn't sit with me that we won't get those wrapped up. Because they should be wrapped up. There should not be a single storyline when the Flash ends that is not concluded. Because there's no other show to pick it up. It's not like Arrow's finale when Diggle got hit by the box, right? It's not like that. There wasn't other shows to continue that. Let's say Barry's mom came back or something. That won't happen. Let's say it did. Or they have Barry running back to the past to the night. They have him running back and the show ends there. Like, well, what the hell happened? Because in the newspaper article, he vanished. We will never find it out unless just you guys picked up this on Earth Prime. Otherwise, we won't know. So, it wouldn't be smart to end the show with no... It wouldn't be smart to end the show without ending every single possible story that's been added up to this point. Which is Bloodwork, which is Oliver, Cisco, Tina, and Frost. And the new Negative Speed Force Avatar. Those are 5 or 6 stories right there that need to be wrapped up within the next 7 episodes. I'm pretty sure it's 7. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 7 or 8. So that's what we're dealing with here. And they could easily do it in like a graphic novel. I do believe that what we're getting in 903 and 904 and 905, possibly 902, maybe even 901. I think that's stretching it. And again, we won't know until the season 9 trailer drops. I don't know when the hell that will be. I would not expect it till December. Middle December, expect the season 9 trailer. That's when I'm expecting it. After Stargirl's done Raw waiting for stuff, that's probably when it will drop. And it'll feature Red Death and all that. Then we will learn if that's a graphic novel and if it's a 5-parter event. Or just like a graphic novel in general. If it's the main thing of the trailer, yeah, it's a graphic novel, undoubtedly. And I'm sure Eric Wallace will say them before the season even airs, if it is or not. How many graphic novels there will be this season. Whether it's 3 or 4, even 5, if they need to. But again, we have filler episodes. 901, 902 could very well be filler episodes. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't mind that. If it wraps up the Frost storyline, if it wraps up some side plots, that way in the back half of this season, when we're dealing with the big stuff, we're not going to interludes. We're not going to Cecile 21st. We're not going to Lycra the entire episode. We shouldn't be getting that in the final season. So if Eric Wallace is making the first episode of season 9 interludes or fillers, that doesn't mean they'll be bad. It won't be, like story-worthy or anything. It won't be blowing our minds, really. Well, who knows, really, but it probably won't. But if they are, and assuming they're wrapping up some side plots just to get them out of the way, I'm okay with that. As long as the premiere is good and it shows Barry, it's better than 801, I will be okay with that. As long as 902 continues that, as long as we're getting to 903 with Red Death making her first appearance, I will be okay with that. If it's a graphic novel and it starts at 903. Now again, 906, we don't have set photos yet, I'm pretty sure. And we won't know if 906 is featuring Red Death or not for a while. If that, we won't know. So I don't know whether or not to say like, oh yeah, it's a 4-part graphic novel. It could be even a 3-parter. But I would be somewhat surprised here if we are dealing with it being a 4-part graphic novel, because it is Red Death, it is a speedster villain, and we don't need, 10 different things going on. That being said, the stuff I'm talking about were placed in 905. I just double-checked it. It was placed in 905. So we don't know what 906 is. It could feature Red Death. If it does, again, that's continuing graphic novel. Could Harley, Hotness, and Goldfish appear in that? Who the hell knows? But if 905 is the finale of this graphic novel, they're clearly going all out with it. I mean, this is huge. I mean, whether or not you were fans of just one of these three, two of these three, or all three of them, or not all three of them at all, this is a huge episode. It's going to be huge. There's going to be a lot of things going on at once for Barry, and that's what it should be in the final season. I've been saying that for a while. There should not be a single thing that's not Barry-centric to... So we're just going to have to wait and find out, obviously, till season 9, comes out and all that. But it is going to be a big thing. I do think that it's going to be something that will, I think, definitely make season 9 better. It's just how much better, how much will they get in, and how long will all these stories be. Will the Red Death one be 3 episodes? Will it be 4 or 5 or even 6 if it really wanted to be? But what are we doing between these main Barry-centric scenes? Are we doing Cecile crap? Are we doing Chester Lego bull whatever? Like, is that what we're doing? And if so, how long is it? Is that why it's being dragged out throughout 3 episodes? Because I honestly thought Red Death would be like a 1 episode off. I did not expect it to even go into 904, let alone 905. That was the last thing I was expecting. And I think a lot of us weren't expecting that. But the fact that it is heading into 905, possibly 906, is that this is 100% a graphic novel. And I do think Eric Wallace has been listening to fans for the past several years and says that we've been wanting Red Death. And this is probably the best time to do it, with not only Barry hopefully continuing his leveled up phase, but being overpowered. To bring in an overpowered speedster that's not Thawne, that's Red Death. Red Death is that next best thing to go after Barry and to actually pose as a threat. Red Death is not a Godspeed type villain. Red Death is not a villain that will be stopped, that could be stopped by just one speedster. It will take several people to help take her down, and the comics him down. It takes a lot. Barry nearly died trying to take Red Death down in the comics. He nearly died trying just standing next to him. So what do you think Red Death will be in the Arrowverse? I don't think it will be the same powers. Like when you stand next to him, you could, turn old and die, like that, like it was in the comics. I do think what it will be is it will just play out. I hope it'll play out. And I think that's what we can all hope for in season 9, obviously. So, yeah, who knows. But thank you for watching the video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.